guys, welcome to another episode of Pop Culture. So we're nearing the end of the season really soon, so watch out for like the finale.
Very much.
But today and for this month of November, we're going to be talking about what's the correct word? I don't want to, upset the tweeps and the babsies and say the wrong thing, but it's kind of geared towards having a conversation about influencer marketing, who has the power, who doesn't. So today we have a special guest. Yeah. So introduce yourself. Tell us what you do. Dumengani, Manisa, Kwasa, anything.
Avukile Mabombo. I work in marketing. Dumengani, I don't know. Nothing, I guess.
First question. What's the difference between influencer marketing and an ambassador?
I think to a certain extent people just overcomplicate it. Because the reason why it's obviously being amplified now is that we're getting to a space where we have celebrities who, I think, from a South African point of view, our celebrities are a lot more accessible than we're not talking like a Beyonce or a Jay-Z or a P. Diddy. It's like, ultimately it's the guy that we see at Coco, at the table. And now all of a sudden, these guys are being paid money by brands to endorse these products and to inconspicuously kind of be like, look at my little bag or my sneakers, whatever. It's nothing new. It's been happening for ages. I think it's just now been amplified, by social media, and I think because brands all of a sudden seem to think that that's like the golden key, right? And I think personally, there's a lot of lazy people looking after brands who just think, let me put a celebrity on top of my brand and that equals my brand plan, and I don't have to kind of think of how to do marketing. Ultimately, influencer marketing, whatever you want to call it, is a part of marketing. It can never be the only thing.
Yeah, of course.
And also, we also live in a country where, let's be honest, the influence of our celebrities in South Africa isn't as powerful as what you'd see maybe in the US.
Sure.
So if I see my favorite rapper wearing a certain pair of sneakers or drinking a certain drink, whatever, I might think it's great. However, I think we still have our own self, whatever you want to call it, but I'm not going to quite easily just go and buy something because another local celebrity says
So I
it's
like
fine.
what I like, and I'm
Exactly.
like whatever.
And maybe it's also got to do with the fact that there's a certain element of haterade in our culture. So I don't want to feel like, I got told by so-and-so to go buy. I'm quite happy if Jay-Z tells me, then fine, But maybe if AKA tells me, I'm going to be like,
Okay, so when they're using it, do you think that it's with the intention to drive sales or whatever, or it's to drive conversation?
No, so it's a little bit of everything, and unfortunately, we're never really going to know the intentions of every single brand that does marketing. But I think ultimately it's a little bit of both. So you could be a brand that no one knows about, and you go, you know what, actually, if I get so and so who's got 1 million followers to talk about me, even if they don't buy me, but at least I'll get the awareness, and then I can use that as a springboard to then start off another conversation. Or it might be around, we just want to, we've got a sale on, whatever it is, and all I'm trying to do is just get people to see what it is, just so they can consider us. So it isn't always okay, fine, the celebrity's going to go buy this, and then people run to the store, or you're expecting people to run to the store. But I think ultimately, if your marketing if your end goal is not to drive sales, then I think you're doing something wrong. I'm not saying that every single touch point is going to equal sales, but your end goal should be sales. So if you're doing this one part and that's not directly linked to sales, then I would hope that you have other things that are coming that are connected to that, which will ultimately reach the end goal.
Like, we always hear this word reach, and so I have 1,000 followers. What does that mean to someone that is looking at me and trying to invest in me? What is reach? Like, how many people I can get to engage with what I'm doing? Is it how many people are either gonna double tap and actually want to buy this thing? Is it What
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
is it to the average Joe that
That's-
actually doesn't understand what that means?
I mean, that's a good point, because I think even us in marketing, we sometimes confuse the issue. So you'll look at someone with a lot of followers, 1 million followers,
Right.
and firstly, that celebrity will cost based on that. So they'll
Right.
say, I have 1 million followers, and because of that number of followers, and they'll make the assumption 1 million people will see your communication, etc. Therefore, I'm charging accordingly. But reach and engagement is two completely different things. And I mean, you know it. You see something, you're not going to act on everything that you see, especially on social media. You're scrolling all the time. Cool, I saw this. I've moved on. I'm on to the next one. So I think there's a big thing in terms of reach and engagement.
Right.
Now, you might have a celebrity that has 1 million followers.
True.
But you don't know what's the makeup of those followers. You don't know what those followers like. You don't know what they're interested in. And actually, out of that 1 million, maybe 50,000 actually care about your product.
And the eggs. Don't forget the eggs. Conceptually, when you're saying I want you to be authentic and to give me you, are you asking for a performance of me, or are you asking for me to just literally, like how with us, I don't feel like people get the same episode twice.
Yeah.
With what we do. So if we were to create something, say someone is like, oh my god, I do this juice and it's nice, what do you think of it? If we're like, okay, cool, you want us, so we're not gonna do like a pop culture episode us, we could do, I don't know, we're sipping tea talking about gossip, and that's our creative task
Concept
that
or
we've
idea.
put on the thing. Are you actually looking for what I do, or who I
creative,
am, or like
yeah.
what are you looking for when you're looking for me?
You know, your record labels, they see a young talent and they go, damn, that boy is talented. We need to sign that artist. They sign the artist, they bring him on board, and then they go, okay, we want you to do this. And like, but that's not what he was doing when you saw him and you liked him. Now you've turned him into something else. So it's the same thing. Like, you can't go, jeepers, I like what pop culture's doing. I want them to work on my campaign. Get on set and they're like, okay, guys, so wear this, do this, say this. And you guys are like, how? But
That's
like,
what we do.
now this is in pop culture, then you might as well have got it. And that's the big mistake that people make. And that's why, you know, like I was saying, when I look at the thing, I need to believe that, okay, cool, yeah, I can see pop culture doing that. So for instance, if you are going to do a juice campaign, then do it like pop culture would, and, you know, add the fun in it, and you know, where you're not being overly serious about it, and you can be honest, you know. Then I think it would feel like, okay, cool, that's something that was a great campaign, which was still in line. But if you all of a sudden now look like Bonnie's Best Buys, you know, when you're like walking down the aisle and you're like, and now we've got this.
It doesn't work.
But you know, we're just trying to figure it out. I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer. I don't think.
No, there are some.
I was about to say, there are some wrong answers.
I think it's hard to, like Nobis has been saying, to kind of negotiate the space, especially if ungayaz. But you know what you have to do: watch, share, subscribe, comment, and what's the other one? Like.
But I mean, the crux is we're going to be taking this month-long journey to answer these questions.
Yeah.
Speaking to the relevant people. But do what you need to be doing. Thank you so much for watching.